Hello and welcome back. I hope everybody is ready to have a good weekend out there if you're watching this video, at least when it has been released, which is on a Friday. As an announcement to my Australian fans, I have had some requests to talk about Rochelle Miller and another woman, Catherine something or other. I don't know these people. I know who Rochelle Miller is now, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to look into that because, like I said, I don't get a lot of news from Australia, and I'm going back to campus next month. I've actually had the last 5 weeks off campus, and so I haven't had to worry about it. That huge time sink in my life, and I've been able to focus more on the other things that I do in my life. But today I want to talk to you about Elon Musk buying Twitter. Not something that I really cared that much about, and I should care about it, right? Because I'm all about freedom of speech, and I am trying to make a living off of YouTube. And here we go. We got Elon Musk, and everybody's saying, oh, he's going to change Twitter. He's going to make it a free speech platform. Okay. And that's going to ruin what now? We have this article here, column. With Elon Musk in charge, it's the beginning of the end for hashtag Black Twitter. Why? If he believes in freedom of speech, why would he get rid of hashtag Black Twitter? What a strange concept. But anyway, thank you all for stopping by. I do appreciate everybody supporting my channel and my work. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. And let's dive into this article. Got a lot to talk about today regarding the acquisition of Twitter by Elon Musk. It's all rather disturbing and yet somehow fitting in these double-steeped times. Elon Musk, the founder of a company that California is suing for allegedly silencing thousands of black employees who complained about racism, is buying a company that has given millions of black people a megaphone-like voice to complain about racism. Okay, let's take a look at this article here. Horrific allegations of racism prompted California lawsuit against Tesla. Warning, this story quotes several racist slurs allegedly directed at black workers at Tesla California plant, according to a lawsuit filed against the company. The N-word and other racist slurs were hurled daily at black workers at Tesla's California plant, delivered not just by fellow employees, but also by managers and supervisors. Well, sounds to me like Elon is for freedom of speech then if he's like, hey, yeah, just, call everybody by racial slurs. I don't care. That's what it sounds like to me. So says California's civil rights agency in a lawsuit filed against the electric vehicle maker in Alameda County Superior Court on Thursday on behalf of thousands of black workers after a decade of complaints and a 32-month investigation. Tesla segregated black workers into separate areas that its employees referred to as primates who sit out in front of your house stations, the dark side, the thrall ship, if you don't know what the word thrall means, go ahead and look that up, and the plantation. The lawsuit alleges only black workers had to scrub floors on their hands and knees, and they were relegated to the Fremont, California factory most difficult physical jobs, the suit states. Graffiti, including Triple K, go back to the Dark Continent, the hangman's noose, the Confederate flag, and N-word were carved into restroom walls, workplace benches, and lunch tables, and were slow to be erased, the lawsuit says. Well, they would be probably impossible to be erased if they were carved into the surfaces. All right, so this makes me skeptical about this all right now. The hell. Tesla responded to the lawsuit filed by the Department of Fair Employment and Housing with a blog post saying that the agency had investigated almost 50 discrimination complaints in the past without finding misconduct. Oh, okay, well, they've already looked into this, and what's the problem? An assertion the agency denied. A narrative spun by the DFEH and a handful of plaintiff firms to generate publicity is not factual proof, the blog post said, adding that the company provides the best paying jobs in the automotive industry at a time when manufacturing jobs are leaving California. Yep. The lawsuit comes in the wake of Tesla's billionaire chief executive Elon Musk moving the company's headquarters from Palo Alto to Austin, Texas, where he is building a major new assembly plant. The state's lawsuit suggests the relocation to a state known for looser enforcement is no coincidence, declaring it to be another move to avoid accountability. Not only were Tesla's black workers subjected to willful, malicious harassment, but they were also denied promotions and paid less than other workers for the same jobs. The suit asserted they were disciplined for infractions for which other workers were not penalized. In an interview, DFEH Director Kevin Kish said the lawsuit is the largest ever brought by the state for racial discrimination in terms of the size of the affected workforce since the agency gained prospectorial powers in 2013. Before that, complaints were handled by an agency administrative law judge rather than in court. But as more employers have forced workers to sign arbitration agreements preventing them from taking complaints to court, government has the only effective enforcement mechanism to remedy broad, pervasive violations in the workplace. We're not going to read any more of this. This is a long article, and it just gets down to the point where, yeah, they won. The black people won. So apparently, Elon Musk is promoting the racism in his company, Tesla. I mean, that's all there is to it. I don't know what else to tell you. Maybe it does talk about him coming from apartheid Africa, and coming from South Africa, where he witnessed a lot of racial tension. I don't know if that's the case with Elon Musk. I don't really care because it doesn't really matter ultimately. Is he going to kick black people off of Twitter? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that's going to be the case. Maybe he will, but I really think that he's going to be like, hey, look, I get some black people on here that are just going to, promote things that get advertisers on here that give me money. Okay, that sounds good to me. I think that I'll allow black people to talk on my social media platform. Not only that, if he's about freedom of speech, then hey, he wants people to use racial slurs. I don't care about racial slurs. I mean, if you want to call me a racial slur, go ahead. But I should be allowed to call you the same thing, or a comparable racial slur, or even a worse racial slur. It doesn't really matter. They're just words. People insult each other all of the time. It's a persistent problem with human beings. They're mean to each other. This is how we are. A lot of evil, hairless monkeys walking around on this planet we call Earth. I think you should be allowed to say what you want to say. Do I go around calling people racial slurs? No, because I try to respect other human beings. I mean, out of all the things you can do to a person, saying words to them, that's like the least egregious thing you can do to a person. Say some unpleasant words to them. I'm much more offended by people getting in my way. You want to get in my way? You want to disrespect me by walking right in front of me when I'm trying to go somewhere? Excuse me? What is your problem? That's a much bigger offense. You're basically just saying, I have actually no humanity. I don't even matter. My rights to travel in the way that I'm traveling legally, according to our civilization, they don't matter. You can do whatever you want to me. That's much more offensive. Let's back to this main article here. Let's see what it says here. The California-hating billionaire insists he's doing it all to protect free speech. Like I said, he wants to protect free speech. Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, Musk said Monday, announcing that he had succeeded in taking over the San Francisco-based social media company for $44 billion. Consider this the beginning of the end of Black Twitter. Not of black people on Twitter, but of hashtag Black Twitter. Okay, why? Why would he cancel you? If he wants to bring people to the platform, why would he cancel you? The community of millions that figured out how to turn a nascent social media platform into an indispensable tool for real-world activism, political power, and change. See, this is the problem right here. Using real-world activism, political power, you're only doing it one-sided. It's only on the left side of things. It's not even neutral. Like, I consider it very neutral to say, yeah, there's men and women in the world. That's pretty much it. As far as human beings are concerned, there are two types, male or female. I am worse than that guy who, that World War II guy from Germany for saying that. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, really? Just for saying a statement like that. I think we should use male and female pronouns to address human beings, to talk about other human beings. And that's it. Again, worse than those World War II guys from Europe, from Russia. Those guys, they got nothing on me. I'm the worst. I'm just so much worse than them. And then it skips the paragraph here, in case you only read to this part right here where it says political change. It says, and entertainment too. Yeah, no, it's about entertainment. People used to use it to be their political megaphone. Where do you think the best memes and GIFs come from? Okay, here we go. This is so ridiculous. Hashtag Black Twitter gave us hashtags that turned into movements. Oh, I can't wait. Hashtags that turned into movements. Really, Black Lives Matter. Oh, and hashtags I can't breathe became rallying cries for hundreds of thousands of protesters after the 2020 murder of George Floyd by Minneapolis police. And for years before that. Hashtag Black Lives Matter is a freaking front for communism that is embezzling money because they don't care about their donors. They don't care about their movement. They only care about getting money. And hashtag I can't breathe was a lie about a man who killed himself through a drug overdose. So for years before that, when fewer Americans were paying attention to the disproportionate number of black women being killed by police, there was hashtag say her name. Oh, yeah. How many black women are killed by the police in this country every year? The police in this country kill around 1,000 people a year. 1,200, something like that. So, oh my goodness. Some of those people are black women. Now, it's terrible that the police have to kill people in period, right? We don't want to see that. But like 1,200 people out of 320 million is what you're talking about. Nobody wants to talk about all of the black women or all of the white women or all of the Hispanic women or all of the Asian women being killed by black men. Nope, nobody wants to talk about that. It was hashtag Oscars so white that led to pressure for changes at the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. And let's not forget the hashtag me also, which roiled the halls of power in corporations and government, was started by black women. Okay. So, the Oscars so white. Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? Hey, it's an award show. Who cares? And my understanding that it was already going to a decent percentage of... I've seen different stats on this. I've seen that it was going 13% of the Oscars had gone to black people. I've seen it down to like 3 and 4% before this came along. It doesn't really matter. It's a freaking award show. Get over yourself. If you want to pat each other on the back, they want to sit around and like show off and be like, look how awesome we are. We made these movies. We're so great. And then give each other awards. I've never watched the Oscars ever once. Don't know what to tell you. The Me Also movement. Yes, the movement that allowed men to finally realize that helping women at their workplace was not going to help them in their career. In fact, it was going to do everything but help them in their career. That's my favorite one. There's also hashtag Black Girl Magic. How come I've never heard of Black Girl Magic, Say Her Name, and Black Boy Joy? I've never heard of these. Both celebrations of the beauty of blackness in a country that so often devalues it. And us. Oh, really? So you're so often devalued here. Why are you here? You can go to a country in Africa where you're the majority, where you will be valued because you are the majority. You'll be given things like farms and stuff just because you're black. What a concept. Yeah, you don't want that, though. You want to stay here because you wouldn't have as high of a standard of living in Africa. On Monday, the mood of hashtag Black Twitter was neither magical nor joyful. There goes hashtag Black Twitter. New owners will call it CRT and ban it. Well, if Elon Musk is all about freedom of speech, he's all for letting you express your critical race theory ideas. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Go ahead and spread these disgusting notions you have about how white people are privileged and can just do whatever they want to. They can just walk down the street and just like rainbows and sunshine and golden leaf petals fall on them all of the time. It's not true. Hashtag Black Twitter. We need to schedule a meeting ASAP where we meeting up when we leave Twitter. I'm guessing it's either going to be underneath the burned out volcano or behind the giant waterfall. One of those two places, right? That's where you're going to meet. So where's the Black Twitter? Asking for hashtag Black Twitter. It was nice getting to know you all, especially everyone at hashtag Black Twitter. Now, a white South African man owns it. Bye, y'all. Rip Twitter. Meredith D. Clark, an associate professor at Northeastern University in Boston who studies race, media, and power and is working on a book about hashtag Black Twitter, wasn't surprised. That's what Meredith D. Clark is doing. Let's see who she is. Oh, yeah. Imagine that. She's also black. How did I know that she's going to go, look, it's so amazing and wonderful what black people do. Look, we have a voice here on Black Twitter. Hashtag Black Twitter. It's, the greatest thing ever. Oh, my gosh. And then, oh, no, it's being taken away. How terrible. You've always had a voice. I mean, well, all my life you've had a voice. I think you will definitely see more people move off in larger waves, she said. I think there will still be a remnant left, but no, I don't know. You want to maybe finish your thought there? The problems with the Twitter deal are multifold for black people. First, there's Musk himself. He's the world's richest person. Or as Clark put it, this is yet another example of how we're falling prey to oligarchies. Men with billions of dollars who get to decide what our communications look like. Yeah, but if Elon Musk is about freedom of speech, how is he deciding what your communications look like? If he's like, hey, just say whatever you want to say, I don't care. He's also a businessman with questionable ethics. Musk's company Tesla is being sued by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. Right. We already looked at that. Given the long-standing diversity problems at tech companies, including at Twitter, this is troubling. Even more concerning is the climate on Twitter itself, which, despite the content moderation that happens now, is still full of racist trolls. Okay, there's racist trolls on all sides. I mean, you actually have moved out of trolling. The black people can just openly insult white people. make up ideas about white people that are just not true. So it's not even trolling in that case. The thing is with the CRT, they think that, they break it down into 4 races. There are white people, black people, Hispanic people, and Asian people. So we should have 1/4 white people, 1/4 black people, 1/4 Hispanic people, and 1/4 Asian people at every single company across the entire world. That's how it should work. But the reality is things don't work that way, because you're going to have people who gravitate towards certain careers and people who don't gravitate towards certain careers. And it's saying, no, it's not about gravitational pull. It's all about like poverty and you keeping the black man down. You don't want black people in these tech jobs. So therefore, you keep them in these poor neighborhoods where they're not going to even see this as an option for them to go into for a career. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm in a technical field, and hey, there are black people that I work with. There are black people I went to school with. My boss is black. My office mate is black. Got a girl down the hall who's Asian. I got a girl down the hall who is Hispanic. I don't know what to tell you about this. That you think that it's all oppression, and it's not even true. With the knowledge that I have about Musk as a business person and as someone who seeks to have great influence over culture, I'm concerned, Clark said. I'm concerned about some of the statements that he's made in the past and how they reflect on his character and his mindset. Okay, I don't care. Is he calling for a cabal, or is he calling for some like truth ministry, or some sort of group of people that will hunt down and end people just based on their racial characteristics, or just for end people? Period. Is he calling for anything unethical? I mean, I would say that his short-sightedness when it comes to the Hyperloop, when it comes to building things on Mars, when it comes to launching people into space in general, when it comes to building an underground highway underneath the city of Los Angeles, and the lies about the Boring Company not producing tunnels faster and cheaper than any other digging system, because they have not done that, by the way. Look into the numbers. They haven't. That's all troublesome. But the only thing there that I see that's unethical is him saying the Boring Company built tunnels cheaper and faster than any other digging technology that we have so far. Because that's not true. That's a lie. It's just not true. The second problem is what Musk plans to do with Twitter. He has repeatedly complained about the content moderation, even though it is applied sparingly and inconsistently. That's a problem if it's applied inconsistently. What the hell? If he has his way, he could very likely get rid of it altogether. Okay, he's not going to. I can guarantee you he's not going to, because advertisers are going to jump off the platform quick if he gets rid of it altogether. Prominent white supremacists who got kicked off of the platform for good reasons could return. Among them, former President Trump. President Trump was a white supremacist? Really? How come black people were doing better under President Trump than under any other president ever in the history of humanity? Now, I know there's Hispanic people who come forward and talked about working for Trump companies and how it's not fair. I don't know if that's true or not, or if they're just whining and crying, crocodile tears, whatever. But, okay. Look, if you are so unhappy in this country because of white supremacy, go to a country where you are the dominant race, where you are the predominant race. There's more of you, of your skin color in that country than any other skin color. That's what it boils down to. Our borders are open. You can leave. Nobody's keeping you here. I don't have that option. Who, through his account, helped incite the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol? No, he didn't. Not. It's these people. Perhaps more troubling conspiracy theories could become easier to find and share, and therefore grow in complexity and number of believers. We've already seen the effects of disinformation about COVID-19 vaccines, QAnon, including the latest tales linking gender identity to pedophilia that are being echoed by reckless Republican politicians. What happens when these conspiracy theories, bolstered by more than a dash of white supremacy, escalate into violence? It happened once. It can surely happen again. I'm sure it happened once is referring to January 6th. Now, here's what I want to point out to you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to show you something that is actually very disturbing to look at. I'm not joking. You ready? All right. In the upper right corner here, we see an attractive Korean woman. This is what she looked like after she injected cooking oil into her face. I think this down here is what she looked like later on, maybe after some medical treatments. I don't know. But she ruined her face because somebody told her that she could look more youthful longer by injecting cooking oil into her face. As an adult human being, you have to make decisions. You can't just listen to what people say, especially people on the internet who you don't know if they have a degree or any kind of education, any of these sorts of things. And there should maybe be age restrictions. There should maybe be accountability for the people who commit these wrongful acts. Oh, gee, there is. What do you know? All people from January 6th are being arrested. They're being held in solitary confinement. They're being sentenced to prison, etc. And some of them are saying, no, I want a trial. And then they're found not guilty. Well, what do you know? You are responsible for your actions. If you go onto Twitter and you listen to somebody who says, hey, take this medicine here, it's going to make you all better, you're going to live 100 years healthy, and then you take it and you die in like 3 days, why did you not do your own research? I know you can't research everything, but if you're listening to something like that, you're listening to these miracle cures, this idea, inject cooking oil into your face and you look beautiful. Are you kidding me? Why would I inject a foreign body into my body? That doesn't make any sense. If I go to a licensed medical professional and I talk to them and see what they say, then maybe, okay. But yeah, if you're out there looking for some beauty cure, for some youthfulness, something like that, go to a medical professional, typically a doctor, at least a registered nurse, before you get into these different sorts of treatments. There's a reason why there are plastic surgeons and they have to have PhDs in medicine, okay? Moving back to the article, hashtag Black Twitter knows this. Oh no, it knows it, really. It knows there's violence. On Monday, Musk tweeted, I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means. He didn't say that. Oh my God, no. He said that, really? Oh, I am actually a critic of Elon Musk. Oh no, he wants me to stay on Twitter and keep using it? Oh, okay. Yeah, look, that's what freedom of speech is about. I don't think that Elon Musk is an evil person. I don't think that's his plan in life. I think he has these ideas that are just wrong because you can't do a lot of stuff that he's saying you can do. And he's finding that out. These are stuff that I figured out when I was a teenager. You can't do these things, especially space travel, because I was all about, I want to go to other planets. So I just started doing some research. Oh, look, I read one book and it answered all my questions. Okay, now I know why we can't just travel the stars yet. All right. Hashtag Black Twitter also knows that. No, that's not what free speech means. Really? Because Twitter is a company soon to be privately held and has no obligation under the First Amendment to allow racism, transphobia, homophobia, or misogyny to percolate through its platform, and has no obligation. Okay, that's a really stupid sentence. And so rather than safeguarding the bedrock of a functioning democracy, as Musk describes free speech, he just destroyed it because the people whose tweets were the most effective at that are leaving. No, you were not spreading free speech, hashtag Black Twitter. You were spreading lies and obfuscation. You were not spreading the truth. You were spreading your point of view, and you didn't want anybody who countered, like me countering your point of view, you didn't want to see them on Twitter. Those people are wrong. Those people are evil. Those people are bad. The police are hunting down black people and killing them in the streets. Don't you know? They're doing that. You're just an evil white boy. You don't know. You're so wrong. Meh. Yeah, that's why the police only kill like a few hundred? Okay, several hundred black people out of a country of millions every year. I don't think that you're going to see the same sort of replication of a Twitter-like climate or hashtag Black Twitter on another platform. I don't think you'll ever get that lightning in a bottle back, Clark said. But I do think that you will see black people doing what they have always done, and that is bend communication and other technologies to our needs and our will, and find ways to thrive in those various areas of the internet. Look, I talk to black people all the time, and a lot of them get it. A lot of them understand that this is not about race. This is about rich versus poor. And Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, but Elon Musk is not. I don't know that he has been fully accepted into that club of wealthy people who want to control the world and mold it into their vision of what the world should be. He is in a different way trying to mold the world. He's trying to use his money to advance technology, advance the human race technologically. That's a different way. These oligarchs who are taking over the world and trying to mold it to what they want it to be, they're doing it from a social political point of view. Whereas Elon Musk is going, I just want cool tech. And freedom of speech is one of the ways we can help build more tech. But here's one thing you do need to be aware of, hashtag Black Twitter. EU issues warning to Elon Musk. You are welcome, but these are our rules. Elon, there are rules. You are welcome, but these are our rules. It's not your rules, which will apply here. So the EU is saying, come have Twitter in the European Union, but you're going to follow our rules. There's a lot of things you can't say in various countries in the European Union. We have freedom of speech here in the United States, but you can't say everything. You can't say just whatever you want to. You can't slander and libel people. You can't threaten people, which I disagree with, actually. I think I understand why you can't threaten people in the United States. Because the police, there's just not enough resources for the police to investigate every threat. right? Because if you were going around and threaten people, if threats were normal, like, I'm gonna do this to you, or I'm gonna do that to you, whatever, then the police have to investigate that, and it takes time and energy away from other more important crimes that they could be solving or policing. And so yeah, you can't. That's why I think why we can't threaten each other. But anyway, this has all been interesting, I guess. It's more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a little blip. Because like I said, I don't really care that Elon Musk bought Twitter. Twitter is not where I think I'm going to make my bread and butter. It's not. It's just some place that I go and I post some cool stuff. I mean, I retweet some cool stuff, actually. I just post my videos there and then retweet cool stuff. So you'll see this video on Twitter if you go onto Twitter. It's fine. Follow me there. Find me on Rumble. I'm on Rumble. And I'm on Minds, but I don't post anything there. So, that's all I got for this time. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.